There was once a time, not very long ago, when lifestyle e-tailer Nykaa could do no wrong. Up until about 2021, when the company went public, it seemed to have everything going for it. To begin with, it literally created a category for beauty and personal care products online. Now, this was huge because before Nykaa entered the picture back in 2012, none of the other e commerce giants like Flipkart or Amazon seemed to take cosmetics seriously. But when Nykaa started growing faster than most other VC funded startups out there, everyone realized the power of selling lipsticks and moisturizer online. Suddenly, e commerce retailers recognized that beauty and personal care was not a market they could afford to overlook. All thanks to Nykaa. But now, Nykaa seems to be becoming a victim of its own success. And it all started when the company went public 3 years ago. You see, the Nykaa IPO was a landmark moment in India's startup history. The response to it was phenomenal, its shares soared, and its valuation went up to about $14 billion. But as investor pressure grew, cracks started showing up. Growth started slowing down. And don't get me wrong, Nykaa hasn't had a single loss-making quarter since it went public, but in the year ended March 2024, its profits were the same as 2 years earlier, 40 crore rupees. And all of this is actually just a symptom of a much bigger problem. The Ken Sitaraman ji puts it quite plainly in a recent edition of his newsletter Trade Tricks. He said that there's nothing about Nykaa that is strictly its own anymore. And this largely has to do with the fact that back when it went public, it had no real rivals in the beauty space. Since then, things have changed. Just last year, in fact, India's largest retailer, Reliance Retail, officially entered the beauty space. It launched an omni-channel beauty retail platform called Tira. It also acquired the rights to operate local stores of Sephora, the French beauty retailer. Basically, Reliance isn't playing around. In the last year, it has made one thing clear. It wants to completely shake up the country's beauty segment. But even with the Reliance legacy to back it up, Tira's success in the space isn't a given. Welcome to Daybreak, a business podcast from the Ken. I'm your host Rahel Philippos, and I'll be joining Snigdha every week to bring you one business story that is worth understanding and worth your time. Today is Tuesday, the 25th of June. Reliance Retail may be India's biggest retailer, but that doesn't mean Tira's success in the beauty space is a given. Because slow growth or not, Nykaa is still a formidable competitor. It still holds over 30% of the beauty market. And then, of course, there are other players like Flipkart-owned Myntra that have also entered the space. So if it really wants to shake things up, Tira has to figure out how to stand out in the space. And that seems to be what it's trying to do. Straight off the bat, it has positioned itself as an omni-channel platform for premium brands, meaning it isn't an online-first marketplace like Nykaa was when it started out back in 2012. Tira wants to be on an equal footing for its offline and online shoppers. This is because the company believes that the chances of getting a repeat customer are higher after a trial at stores. So they've gone all out to make the in-store experience one a customer can never forget. Today, the company has about 11 outlets across the country. The very first store, of course, was a 4,300 square foot outlet in Mumbai's high-end Geo World Drive Mall. If you've been to a Tira outlet, you would know it's not your typical beauty store. It has really tried to differentiate its in-store experience. So it offers things like a skin analysis, virtual makeup trial tool, an interactive fragrance finder, a vending machine for free samples, the works. They've pulled out all the stops in a way that only a Reliance-run company can. But regardless of the in-store experience, what really makes or breaks a beauty marketplace is obviously the variety of brands it has to offer. And Tira is doing pretty well in that department. In just a year, it's been able to onboard nearly 800 brands. About 9 of them, like Deepika Padukone's brand 82 East, US-based Laura Mercier, Blessed Moon, and Allies of Skin, are exclusively offered on Tira. It has also managed to introduce some private labels. It's launched about 3 so far. A Kind, a skincare brand, Nails Our Way, a nail care brand, and Tira Tools, which offers beauty accessories. But a Reliance company or not, Tira is still the new kid on the block. It has a long way to go before it catches up with Nykaa. Nykaa has more than 3,000 brands on offer. It has exclusive partnerships with 15 top-of-the-line international brands like Charlotte Tilbury, The Ordinary, and most recently, global pop star Rihanna's makeup line Fenty Beauty. Here's what's interesting. If Tira wanted, it could really amp things up. Launch more stores, offer more discounts, go all out. It has the deep pockets to be able to do something like that. But it seems to deliberately be taking things slow. More on that in the next segment. Tira seems to be taking a conservative approach. At least that's what Sachin Dixit, lead analyst for internet companies at JM Financial, had to say. Sachin said Tira is trying not to burn too much money. Perhaps that's because of Reliance Retail's public listing plans. In that sense, the brand stands out in the Reliance Industries empire. It could easily offer discounts and freebies like Myntra has done in the last 2 years or open more stores, but Tira does neither, even though it needs to expand its premium portfolio and acquire well-to-do customers. You see, Tira is mostly focused on customers seeking premium brands, so it targets metro and tier 1 cities. A Nykaa brand manager said brands looking to tap customers in metro cities or the tier 1 market may lean towards Tira. But on the flip side, more affordable brands that have a market in tier 2 or 3 or regional markets will likely be biased towards Nykaa. For instance, in the case of Minimalist, a homegrown actives-based brand that is affordable for consumers in smaller markets, it'll go for Nykaa as it can get engagement from the platform's online reach while also being available in their offline stores in these regions. Now, when it comes to offering the best deal on products, Reliance took a very conscious call never to fund discounts from their own pocket. Instead, a Tira brand manager said Reliance would make them negotiate heavily with brands on discounts so they would be at par with Nykaa. All said and done, the Reliance legacy is an undeniable asset for Tira. And it's one that it continues to rely heavily on while bringing brands on board. You see, Reliance is able to provide its ecosystem and backing in terms of reach, stores, and technology. In turn, Tira is able to provide social media support, on-ground and online marketing, and better customer experience for these brands. And then, of course, there is Reliance Retail's huge offline presence. It has a network of more than 19,000 stores across 7,000 towns and cities. And if leveraged properly, this can come in handy for Tira. So, what's next for the brand? Stay tuned to find out. With the way things stand right now, Tira has a long way to go. In fact, currently, Nykaa could potentially face more of a threat from Myntra. The e-commerce platform has been going all out trying to get its customers to purchase more beauty products. Its strong penetration in the fashion space is really working in its favor here. There's a lesson for Tira here. A former Tira manager said the company could do with taking a page from Myntra's playbook, particularly when it comes to competitive pricing. Like Myntra tapped its massive customer base for fashion to try and expand in the beauty space, Tira seems to be trying something similar. This is where Ajio, the Reliance-owned fashion platform, plays a pivotal role. Tira plans to tap into the user base of Ajio, 20 million monthly active users, by providing an offering called Beauty by Tira within the latter's app and website. But industry insiders say just that isn't enough. It's important for Tira not to limit itself to premium brands. Tira will also need to do what Nykaa does, cater to an audience that buys masstige products. And for that, it would have to stop avoiding brands like Lotus, Himalaya, or any of the HUL brands like Lakme altogether and do more. And only if Tira manages to pull that off will it stand a chance. Only then can it become another Reliance company disrupting another sector. Only this time, it'll be the makeup world.
Daybreak is produced from the newsroom of The Ken, India's first subscriber-focused business news platform. What you're listening to is just a small sample of our subscriber-only offerings. A full subscription unlocks daily long-form feature stories, newsletters, and podcast extras. Head to theken.com and click on the red subscribe button on the top of the website. Today's episode was hosted by Rahil Philippos, produced by me, Snigdha Sharma, and edited by Rajiv CN.